And welcome back to the 3-Minute Devar. This week's portion is Parashat Emor, and Emor begins by talking about the special laws that apply to the Kohanim, to the priests, to those that served in the temple. One of the rules that applies to a priest, and still applies to a priest, is that a priest can't come into contact with a dead body. A priest is one who embodies spirituality, one who is a representative, so to speak, of the Jewish people, the connection of the Jewish people to God, and seeing as they resemble that and represent that, they have to stay further away from impurity than your average Jew would otherwise have to. And the first verse seems repetitive. The first verse begins and says, Hashem says to Moses, "Say to the Kohanim, the sons of Aaron, and tell them." Say to the Kohanim, the sons of Aaron, and tell them. It seems like the "and tell them" doesn't need to be there. It already says it. Say to the sons of Aaron. Tell us what to say. Rashi, quoting the Medrash, says what this verse is really saying is that, yes, Moses is to tell the sons of Aaron what they need to do, but they also have a responsibility to educate their children. So the double expression of telling them over here is to imply that not only is it important that Moses teaches them, Moses also needs to instruct them to instruct their children. In short, education. Rabbi Moshe Feinstein explains that there are really two elements to education, and that's alluded to in these two languages of saying in the verse. Number one, there is the information, there is the facts, there is educating our children with what they should do and how they should live. But the second, and equally important, if not more important, is the feeling behind it. The education that's just facts and figures isn't long-lasting and won't make an impact. But what children really feel from their educators, from their parents, or from their teachers is the feeling behind it, is the love, is the connection, is the understanding. If a child or a student doesn't feel that coming from the parent/teacher, then the education will almost be in vain. The verse is giving a very strong message over here, and that is that one really needs to incorporate both. Number one, it's what are we teaching our children? But number two, do we feel what we are teaching our children? Does it make sense to us? Because if it doesn't make sense to us, then it can't possibly make sense to them. Food for thought for this week for Parashat Emor. Wishing you a fantastic Shabbat, a peaceful Shabbat, a restful Shabbat. Looking forward to seeing you very soon. Shabbat Shalom.